Welcome to another story made by Oracle 1. The Train of Hope. Every morning, Emma boarded the 7:46 a.m. commuter train from Brookside Station to downtown, a mundane ritual that whispered sameness and routine. She clutched the same navy blue tote, wore her soft beige trench coat, and nested into the same window seat by the second door on car 5. The hum of the train's wheels rolling along the tracks was a steady metronome, marking the cadence of her life. Her solace amid the monotony was the cryptic little battles she waged with the daily crossword puzzle from the city's morning paper. It was more than a distraction. It was a small triumph to wrest words from nonsense before her stop arrived. Each clue she deciphered felt like reclaiming a shard of order in the noisy chaos of the city. One rainy Tuesday morning, as the train lurched forward with a jolt, Emma felt a curious nudge against her arm. Surprised, she looked up to find a man's hand sliding a small square piece of paper onto her crossword. He was a silent man, his features shadowed by a gray wool fedora pulled low over his brow, but his eyes, a curious shade of storm cloud blue, met hers briefly with a shy kindness. The paper bore a single word, neatly written, elusive. It was an answer to a clue she had struggled with in the bottom left corner. A flicker of amusement and intrigue sparked inside Emma, warming the chill of the rainy morning. She looked up, but the man, as if summoned back into his own quiet world, had already retreated to the back of the car. From that morning onward, the routine transformed. Each day, Emma would find a small note slipped silently in the margins of her crossword puzzle or on a napkin left between the train's gray plastic seats. Sometimes a neat answer, sometimes a tiny drawing, a heart, a delicate flower, a question mark that seemed meant just for her to ponder. She learned soon that he was always on the same morning train, taking the same spot just opposite her. They never spoke. Their connection was woven from silent notes and shared puzzle pieces. Emma named him, the crossword stranger, in her mind. The anticipation of his notes grew to become the brightest part of Emma's day. On days when his notes were missing, her heart felt a little empty, the puzzle unfinished, as if a vital piece had slipped away. Her curiosity gnawed at her. Who was he? Why did he choose these puzzles? But more than answers, Emma cherished the mystery, the quiet companionship in a crowded, impersonal commute. One Thursday, the train slid into the station with a rush of cold air and Emma's eyes searched eagerly for the blue fedora-ed man. But he was nowhere in sight. The next morning, the same. Then the next. No notes appeared, not a whisper of the crossword exchanges. The quiet void unsettled Emma, the daily ritual abruptly broken. The train felt colder, the hours longer. Weeks passed. Emma began scribbling her own notes, leaving them where the man used to sit, a delicate smiley face with, "Where are you?" written beneath. Night after night, she reread every exchanged note, the tiny clues they had shared. One particularly bleak morning, as she carried the blank crossword she'd brought with her for that day's ride, Emma noticed a small envelope pressed between the stained window pane and the metal window frame. Her heart rallying, she carefully retrieved it. Inside was a single note in neat, familiar handwriting. "Sometimes life's clues lead us down different tracks. I've had to get off early for reasons I can't explain yet. But know this. Every puzzle piece we shared was a hope I carried through my days. Keep solving. Keep hoping." Beneath the note was a small drawing of a train with wisps of smoke shaped like hearts curling into a sunlit sky. Emma's eyes blurred with tears, not of sadness, but of something deeper. Hope, connection, and a promise hidden among the cryptic lines of a city's daily march. Life resumed its pace around her, bustling streets, office chatter, the endless parade of faces. But the memory of the crossword exchanges remained a quiet ember in her heart. She brought new puzzles, left notes among strangers, and even, once or twice, caught a glimpse of a familiar figure disappearing down a busy street. Months later, when the first faint blush of spring colored the cityscape, the crossword mystery answered itself in an unexpected way. One morning, as she boarded the train, a tentative voice called her name. Emma turned to see a young man stepping toward her, removing a worn cap to reveal the same stormy blue eyes that had haunted her mornings. "I'm sorry I disappeared," he whispered, his voice rough from months of silence. "My mother was ill, and I had to care for her. I didn't want to leave without saying anything." Emma smiled, a mix of relief and joy blooming like the cherry blossoms blooming along the trackside. "I kept your notes close," she said quietly. "They were my favorite part of the day." He chuckled softly, stepping closer. "You made my world brighter with yours. Maybe we can solve a new puzzle together, this time face to face." As the train rumbled forward, carrying them towards the city and beyond, it no longer felt like a conveyor of endless routine, but a vessel of hope and new beginnings. For more stories, like and subscribe.